I ruined my relationship by suppressing my inhibitions. Before I begin with how it ended, I have to talk about how it began. Me and my girlfriend have been dating for the better part of 8 months. We met at a local fair in my town when I went to visit my parents for the celebrations. I know her from high school and had a crush on her ever since, but I never acted on it. She had a few boyfriends in town and also in the city, but it never worked out. She always told me that I was the best thing that could happen to her and wished that God brought us closer long before. A bit about myself: I'm a completely introvert and socially anxious person. For the past few years, I took professional help and got over it. I never was in a relationship or at the least a hookup. I was fine with it until I fell in love with her. She was my first, and she was everything after that. Now to the incident that began our downfall. We were hanging out with some of her friends from high school. I knew all of them, but they didn't know me. They were surprised when they found out we went to the same school. My ex told them why they didn't recognize me. I was always in the corner of the classroom and always out of school the minute the bell rang. We were all having fun. I was finally able to talk to some of them. That's when one of the guys approached my ex and began flirting. I didn't say anything. She kept looking over to me, probably signaling me to do something, but I didn't. I thought she would be able to handle it herself and didn't want to come off as controlling in front of her friends. A few minutes passed by and now my ex is comfortable talking to that guy, and in the end it looks like she gave him her number. All of her friends noticed it. This is when I tried to approach them, but the guy had left already. I asked her what was that about. She took my hand and guided me into the house. While we were inside, she asked me what was wrong with me. I was confused. She said because of me she gave him her number and now she has to talk to him. He's already texted her if they could hang out after party, and she said sure. I was taken aback a little at that response and asked her why would she agree to that. She just said that it's all because of me, since I didn't stop her or intrude their conversation. I told her it's completely wrong, but she bluntly asked me why I didn't stop her. I just told her the truth. Well, I don't know. I just thought if I come in between it will look like I'm possessive or overprotective. Or even worse, a controlling boyfriend. I trusted you to handle it on your own. You're my first girlfriend and I didn't want to mess it up. I saw so many incidents where even when a guy trusts his inhibitions and acts on it, he's called a creep or abusive. I didn't know what to do. For all these years, I tried not to let jealousy or my thoughts affect my future relationship, and then when we fell for each other, I told myself I'll be careful because I didn't want to lose you. You're my last hope on having someone to love and care for. She looked at me. I couldn't read her emotions. She just went outside and didn't talk to me all throughout the rest of the party. She left on her own and I didn't stop or talk to her. I thought she'd come back and talk to me next day, but she didn't and I had to leave work early. I don't know if came home and there was no text or call. Later in the evening I got this text from her. Hey, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I don't think we should be in a relationship. I gave it a long thought and decided it's best to end this. Thanks for everything. It was good while it lasted. I looked at it for a long time. I still haven't responded to it. I'm in my car. I don't want to go home. I ruined my relationship